Hello, hello, hello. Hello, everybody. I hope you are all well. Welcome and thank you for joining me tonight. We're trying something new, something that I have not used before, something I have not done before. So I hope it's going to work. It's Wednesday evening, and Wednesday evenings is when I do my live readings for my YouTube channel members. So tonight we are going live, and I'm hoping some of my channel members are available and join us. Hello to everybody. I know you must be feeling so frustrated. You can't type. Hello, Tracy. You got my link. I sent you a link. Hello, Tracy. Hello, hello. So as I said, tonight we're trying something different. I hope you can hear me, Tracy. I hope the sound is all okay and it's working. I am trying a new feature on YouTube tonight, which I have not used before, so I'm hoping it's going to work. So for all of you who are joining, because I see there are a couple of numbers, it's so lovely to have you join us tonight. Tonight, every Wednesday evening, I do live readings for all my channel members. That's click the join button below. So every Wednesday evening, we do this, and every Wednesday evening, we do live readings for all my channel members. So only my channel members can type in the chat box. Nobody else can type in the chat box. So only my channel members get to ask questions and receive readings. So if you want to be part of the club, you need to click the join button below. So Tracy, it's so nice to have you join me for a change, because I know you've missed the last couple. It's lovely to have you join us tonight. And I must say, I nearly forgot. My days of the week are so messed up with the public holidays. You know, when there's a public holiday, you saw I posted on Monday and I posted that it was Tuesday. And then on Tuesday, I wanted to post that it was Monday. And oh my gosh, it's just crazy. Hello, Taylor. Hello, hello. Nice to have you join us tonight. So yeah, I'm so confused with the days of the week. And I think it was at about 5 o'clock, and I was like, wait, hold a second, it's Wednesday. I'm supposed to be doing lives. So yeah, I'm totally messed up with the days of the week. And I think the next couple of weeks, of course, we've got Easter coming up, which means more long weekends and just confusion. So I hope you are all well. I hope you are all well. Hello, Kathleen. Hello. Can you see my message? I can indeed, Kathleen. Yes, I can indeed. Hello, hello. So far, there's 3 of you. Yeah, no, Taylor, listen, this public holidays, and then, of course, we had no electricity and we had all sorts of drama. So it's been a couple of weeks, hasn't it? But it's nice to finally make a session and to have you guys join me online. Yeah. Yeah, you say if it wasn't for the reminder, I don't get anybody reminding me. I think I need a reminder system for myself, because like I said, with the public holidays, I actually forgot that today was Wednesday. So I have got another new deck this week that I want to try out with you guys. It is this deck over here. It is gorgeous. I am so loving this deck. It is called the Joy De Vie Tarot. It really is just such an awesome, awesome deck. I am so loving it. So I have been shuffling that one, and I like it because it's a nice size. It's not too large for my little hands. Oh, that's interesting, Tracy. I'm going to get onto that one in a second. So tonight we're going to work with the Joy De Vie Tarot, and I also have my trustees, my current favorite, because there's a new one on the way, which I think might top it. My current favorite oracle, which is the Sacred Destiny Oracle. So those are the decks that I'm going to be working with today. So it is the Joy De Vie, and it is the Sacred Destiny Oracle. I do have over here, you can't see, but over here I have my stand of all the tarot decks. Oh, hello, Michelle. Hello, nice to see you join us. Hello, Michelle. Oh, I miss you so much. Michelle moved far away, so of course we can't see each other anymore because she's living up the north coast. But oh, so lovely to have you, my darling. Mwah. Welcome, 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 Michelle. All right, so Tracy, we're going to get straight into it for you. Michelle, can I even like that or love that or something? No, I can't. Oh, but Michelle, so nice to have you join us, my darling. So Tracy, let's have a look and see what Spirit want to say to you. So Tracy says, I have been offered a new post, a new position at work. Let's see, can I have a message? Let's see what Spirit want to say, Tracy. That's so exciting. I wish I could hear your voice to hear what this position is. But you know what? You've wanted a change. You've needed a change for the longest time. That much I know for absolute certain. So let's just shuffle and see. Never mind throwing the cards on the table. So for Tracy, message. Oh my gosh. Throwing the cards on the table. Tracy, regarding the new position at work. I'm so glad you guys can't see what I'm doing here. I swear I haven't shuffled all day. Okay. So, Tracy, I'm just trying to pick up all my cards that I'm throwing on the table. Hold a second. All right. The card that I drew for you, and I don't know if this is going to be clear, but it is the Nine of Wands, okay? So the Nine of Wands is not really the card that I was hoping to pick up for you, Tracy, because thank you, Tracy, she's offered me marketing. So if you can see the Nine of Wands, you can see there's a little bit of a patch across the eye, feeling a little bit battered and bruised, you know, not really feeling fabulous, feeling a little bit exhausted, feeling a little bit like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can handle this, all right? And Tracy, what this card is saying to you is that, you know, this is how you're feeling at the moment with work. You're feeling like a little bit overwhelmed, feeling like a little bit pulled in all directions and a little bit manic and a little bit crazy and a little bit like, I don't know what to do, okay? Now, if I remember correctly, Tracy, I'm sure you've been doing the marketing position or you've been helping out in that department for a while anyway, okay? But this is Spirit saying to you that you're feeling like you've been pulled in all sorts of directions. You don't quite know which way is up. And what's interesting about the Nine of Wands, the 9 is the last single digit. So the 9 talks about reaching the end of a cycle, reaching the end of a period, reaching the end of the difficulty, all right? So it's telling you that taking on this new position is going to put an end to the struggle, put an end to the difficulty, put an end to the feeling of like chaos and overwhelm and mayhem. So I definitely think this is a good position for you. I definitely think, actually, let's take another card. Let's not think, let's be sure. So let's draw and see. Okay, so we've identified that the position is going to put an end to your struggle and to your overwhelm and to your conflict and challenge. Now let's have a look and see what the new position is going to offer you as well. Oh, hello, Leandra. Okay, you got High Priestess, Tracy. So the second card for you, so the first card we had was the Nine of Wands, which says that this new position is going to put an end to the overwhelm and into the struggle and into the challenge and difficulties. And what we have here with the High Priestess, it's telling you that it's going to give you more chance to work with your intuition, more chance to work with your inner insight. And again, marketing, I think, is definitely an intuitive, let me just get that card focused, because look how pretty these cards are. The High Priestess is about intuition. The High Priestess is about your intuition and trusting your inner self. So really what this is saying to you, Tracy, is that this position is going to give you a chance to trust your instinct, to work with your own guidance almost, and to make the changes or make the improvements, there's the word, to make the improvements that are needed within the department. So I really think this is really positive for you. So I'm very excited, Tracy, very excited. I think you can easily, safely, and comfortably take that new position, run with it. Don't wait for somebody, because with the High Priestess, it's about the inner knowing. So don't wait for somebody to tell you how to do the job. Don't wait for somebody to say, okay, now do this, now do this. Use your intuition. Use your, I don't know what's the word. I'm missing the word. You use your own inner guidance to drive you and to see how you're going to do the marketing, what kind of marketing you're going to do, how you're going to do it, and so forth. Trust and believe in you. I think that is so awesome. Congratulations. That is great. Right, I'm scrolling up in the chat just so that I don't miss anybody. And for everybody else who's maybe joined us tonight and is wondering why they can't type in the chat box, only club members can type, only club members can participate tonight. So if you want to join the club, click the join button below. And this is something that happens every Wednesday evening. So every Wednesday evening is live readings for all my club members who are on the inspired and the motivated tier. So awesome. Right, so let's see who was next. I'm scrolling because I'm a bit behind. Yeah, Kathleen, we've missed you. You haven't been around much. So glad that you made it tonight. It's lovely to have you here. Janine, hello, Janine. Hello, hello, hello. She says that a panic attack, thought she couldn't type it and she figured it out. I'm so glad you figured it out. And Taylor, let's have a look, Taylor. Any message from Spirit? Family, relationships, finances, anything. Would love to hear what Spirit has to say. Right, well, I am shuffling for you. Taylor, let's see. Shuffle the cards and see what message does Spirit have for you tonight using my Joy De Vie Tarot, which I am so loving right now. So Taylor, let's have a look and see what message does Spirit have for you tonight. And we get the World. Okay, so Taylor, the World talks, it's a major arcana card, and it's the last of the major arcana cards. The World talks about achievement and attainment and completion, but it also talks about recognizing the revolutions and the cycles of life, okay? So with regards to, you've got their family, relationships, finances, or anything. So I think what the World card is saying to you is that we need to recognize that life does go in cycles, life does go in circles, and sometimes we win and sometimes we lose. Sometimes we have good times and sometimes we have bad times, but I think you need to recognize that, especially the family dynamic, all right, because that's what I'm picking up on. The family dynamic is a little bit sensitive. It is a little bit complex. It's a little bit crazy, but right now we're in a good place. Right now we are in a good place, but that place, that situation is going to change. It's going to turn quite easily and quite comfortably. So whatever the situation is that you're going through at the moment, just recognize that it is a part of a cycle. And once we've completed a cycle, we don't stop. We go through the process again. So you've got the World card, and I am going to draw just one more as well for you. So Taylor, let's see what else Spirit wants you to know. Okay, so we have got the Three of Wands. Did I read it right? So we have got the Three of Wands, and the Three of Wands says, you know what, sometimes we have to make a decision and then we have to act on it, okay? So the Three of Wands says it's time to get things moving. So it ties in quite beautifully with this World card, because the World card says recognize the cycles, recognize the revolutions that you've been through, recognize the cycles of life, and recognize that sometimes we have to take control and take things into your own hands and start driving change and start moving it forward and getting it to where it needs to be within your own space, within your own life. So with you right now, you're in a good place, you're in a good spot, you're feeling comfortable, you're feeling in control, things are looking quite positive, but it's almost like you need to drive the future change with the Three of Wands. Decisions have already been made and it's now time to act on them. And if you do that, there will be success, there will be happiness, and there will be joy for you. So I love that. That's quite awesome. And hello to everybody else who has come on board and joined us tonight. Hello, hello, hello. Nice to have everybody join us. And tonight only the channel members can type. So if you're a channel member, you can type in a question and I will do a reading for you. Okay, so that was for Taylor. Oh, Shannon, hello, my darling. It's nice to have you join us, and thank you so much for the tip. Really, really appreciate that. Okay, so scrolling up and just to see who else have I missed. Okay, so Janine, let's do yours. I'm going to shuffle and draw a card for you, Janine. Let's see, what does Spirit need you to know? What's important and relevant for Janine to know right now? What does Spirit need Janine to know tonight? And the card that we've got for you, I love this card. Just look at the cuteness. So here we have, let me see if I can get it into focus. It wants to focus on me. Right, so what we have for you here is the Eight of Wands. There it goes. How cute is that, Janine? So we've got this tiny little boy, and he's standing on a space rocket, and he's shooting out into space. He's got his little candle. He's got his little flame to sort of guide his way. So, Janine, the message that Spirit have for you tonight is the Eight of Wands, and the Eight of Wands is the card of movement and the movement of change. But it also says, like the rocket is already shot off. The rocket has already started its journey. And by starting its journey, its destination is predetermined, okay? So he's not directing the rocket ship. He's not driving the rocket ship. He's just standing on it and hoping that it lands wherever it needs to land and hoping that it works out the way he needs it to work out. So for you at the moment, Janine, it's telling you that change has already started. Change is already in effect, and there's nothing that you can really do to alter or change it, okay? You've got to just wait for the rocket to land. You've got to wait for the rocket to arrive at its place, and when it does, you know then that everything is okay and that you've arrived. Let's just see what else we get with our Eight of Wands for you, Janine. What else does Spirit need you to know? Three of Cups. I love it. I love it. So, Janine, the Three of Cups is the card of celebration. It's the card of acknowledgement, celebration, and joy. Joy is my favorite word in the whole dictionary, okay? So Janine, these two cards together are basically saying to you that you are going through a transition, you are going through a change right now. It is definitely a very positive change. It's definitely a change that's going to bring a lot of success and a lot of happiness to you, but you can't really do anything about it. You've got to just wait. It is in motion, it is happening, it is unfolding as we speak, but you've got to just be patient, and you've just got to wait for your rocket ship to land, wait for your rocket ship to arrive in order to know what the change is and exactly what it entails. But just know that the change is happening, and it's definitely positive. With that card over there, it's definitely positive, and it's definitely going to bring you an abundance of joy and happiness. I love that. So I hope that makes sense, and I hope that helps you, Janine. Sending you lots of love. Leandra, Leandra, I have been thinking about you, my darling. I hope you are well. And I'm glad to see that you've got a bit of time off that you can connect with us. So let's have a look. Right, so Leandra's question, why is he treating me like this? So Leandra, let's have a look and see. Why is he treating you like this? Okay, shuffling. Leandra's asking, why is he treating me like, or treating, not me, treating you. Why is he treating Leandra like this? Let's see what we get. Okay, so the first card we've got for you is the Knight of Wands, okay? So if you have a look now, remember the question you've asked is, why is he treating you like this? So this card is referencing him and not referencing you. The Knight of Wands is about just acting without thinking, okay? It's about rushing into something without giving it much thought, without giving it too much time. No, there's no strategy, there's no thought process, there's none of that. You know, if you have a look at the card, you can see that he's jumping ahead. He hasn't even thought about where his feet are going to land. He hasn't even thought about what's coming up next. So in answer to your question, why is he treating you like this? Because he hasn't been thinking very clearly. He's acting and reacting and responding to circumstances and to situations without thinking it through. So he's being a little bit of a douche, okay? I'm allowed to say that. He's not thinking clearly. He's acting and reacting and responding without giving things a clear thought. So I want to ask as well another question. So the other question, so we now understand why he's treating you like that. What can you do about it? Okay, so that's what I want to add. I want to add for Leandra, what can you do to change the situation? What can you do to change the circumstance? Whoops, so let's see what we get. One card went flying. Let's take that one. You're not going to like this one. So Leandra, if we have a look at this card. So first of all, we have this beautiful kitty cat floating away with all of these cups, floating away, moving away, and that's exactly what this card is. So the question I asked when this card went flying from the deck is, what can you do to change his behavior? What can you do to change the situation? And Leandra, what the Eight of Cups is telling you is that you've actually got to walk away and wait for him to bump his head, wait for him to fall, wait for him to stump his toe, wait for him to realize that he's being a douchebag. And once he's realized he's being a douchebag, he'll come finding you, okay? So you mustn't chase after him. You mustn't wait for him. You need to continue and carry on with life as per usual, as per normal, and wait for him to realize the error of his ways and to realize what a douche he's been. And then he's going to come running after you because he's reacting and performing and behaving without giving it any thought. So he doesn't even realize what he's doing. In all honesty, I think if we had to have him in the room now and ask him questions, he'd go like, no, I'm not doing that. I feel like he'd be actually in quite denial. I feel like he's not really going to be on board and not really understand what it is that he's actually doing. So how do you handle it? Walk away. When we say walk away, we're not saying end the relationship. We're not saying close the door, okay? But what we're saying is don't wait for him. Don't chase after him. Don't try and fix it. Don't do anything. Just carry on with life as usual. And he will recognize, oh, hold a second, where's Leandra gone? Why isn't she here? Why isn't she responding? And let him come after you, okay? Sending you lots of love, my darling. Actually, let's have a sip of tea. Cheers, everybody. Michelle Dolly, you're next on the list, my darling. Oh, I miss you so much, my darling. I hope you are well. I hope the North Coast is treating you kindly, and I hope you are enjoying success. And to everybody else who is online, and you're wondering why you can't type in the chat box, only club members on the Inspired and Motivated Tears can chat, and this is what we do every Wednesday evening, live readings for my channel members. So if you want to be part of the action, exclusive access to me, join the club today. Right, so Michelle, let's see what message Spirit have for you, my darling. Message for Michelle. What does Spirit need Michelle to know? What is important for Michelle tonight? Oh, look at that. You got the same card, Michelle, the same card that I just drew for Leandra, but obviously its interpretation and its message is going to be slightly different because the context of the question is obviously quite different. So for Michelle, for you, my darling, what this card is saying, we were asking, what does Spirit need you to know? What is the message that Spirit have for you tonight? And with the Knight of Wands is talking about acting, jumping into something, doing something without thinking. So you may be thinking about something. You may be pondering an idea, a strategy, an action, a something, and you're uncertain whether you should. You're uncertain whether it's going to work out for you. You're uncertain if it's the right thing for you to be doing. And take this as confirmation that you don't want to be overthinking it. You don't want to be stuck here. You don't want to be thinking like, oh, should I, shouldn't I? Oh, but what if this or what if that? The Knight of Wands tells you, go into it, jump into it, and it's going to be okay. It's going to work out for you. So for you, Michelle, at the moment, this is the message that Spirit's saying. It's time for action. It's time for movement. It's time for change. It's time for action is the only word that I can really fit that fits into that. And don't strategize too much. Don't overthink it too much. Just get busy. Get down and get busy and do the things that you need to do. I'm going to draw a second card as well for you, Michelle, if I can pick up the cards. Let's see. What else does Spirit need Michelle to know? What is this action? What is this thing that Michelle needs to get busy with? What is the action that she needs to get involved with? Let's see what we have. Four of Swords. Four of Swords is a very interesting card. Four of Swords is the card of rest, of contemplation, of meditation. So, Michelle, when we look at these two cards together, it's basically saying to you, it's time to get busy. It's time to jump into action. It's time to start doing the things that you have been pondering and thinking about for the longest time. So there's something that you've been putting off for a very long time. And this is Spirit's nudge, shove, push, saying to you, Michelle, it's time. It's time. You don't need to think about it any longer. You don't need to plan and strategize it any longer. It's time to jump in. It's time to get busy, and it's time to do it so that you can make the changes that are needed in your life right now. So I hope that makes sense to you, my darling. I hope it does. Sending you lots and lots and lots of love. Okay. Kathleen, hello, my darling. I hope I haven't missed too many chats further down, but I haven't said hello to everybody. Hello, Nicole. I hope you are well. Yes, hello. Hello. Nice to see you join us. I love these little avatar thingies that we get. I don't know how it all works. I'm still new to all of this, but yes, nice to see you here. I hope it made sense to you, Michelle. Okay, right. Who was next? I'm going to scroll up a bit. Oh, Shannon. Shannon is such a beautiful soul. I think Shannon is over in America somewhere and she's had a terrible, terrible tough time. So your support means the world to me and I'm so grateful. She comments on every single one of my videos, always sends me the greatest amounts of love. I'm so honored, so honored. Thank you, my darling. Mwah. I'm going to draw a card for you just now. Okay, Kathleen, you are next. Let's see what Kathleen says. Looking for a message from Spirit tonight for general guidance in life and if I'm on the right path, but more on the monetary side and if the struggle will end, okay, because we're not making ends meet. You know, Kathleen, yeah, you and me both, girl. You know, it's so difficult. This last 2 years, and I say 2 years because yes, we've had COVID for 1 year, but even the year before that was actually the 2 years before that was complete disarray, chaos, drama, you know, all sorts of stuff. It was difficult for everybody. So where we're at now, what everybody's feeling now, the pinch that we're feeling now has actually been in effect for quite some time. So Kathleen, let's shuffle. Let's see what Spirit want to say. I need to actually, if I can find, my desk is in a mess here in front of me and I need to find my aircon remote because I'm feeling a little bit hot. Can you see the face is going red? Let's put aircon on. Okay. So Kathleen, let's see, what does Spirit want you to know? What is important? What does Spirit need Kathleen to know tonight, especially with regards to finances, with regards to situations changing and improving? Okay. All right, so Kathleen, look at this. Here we have the Knight of Coins. Coins is pentacles and pentacles is money. So the Knight, but look at the horse. He's standing still. Can you see that? Normally with the Knight, there's movement and there's action and there's progress and there's all of these kind of things. But on your Knight, the Knight of Coins, he's standing still. And if you look at the horse rider, if you look at the guy sitting on the horse, he's sort of like staring up at the sky. He's sort of pondering. He's sort of thinking. And the horse is sort of, it almost looks like the horse is looking back at him saying, where to next, you know? But if you look at here, they've reached sort of the edge. You can see that the grass does carry on. But the horse is uncertain. The horse is like, I don't know where to go. I don't know what to do, okay? And the rider is daydreaming. The rider is imagining all sorts of different things and not really focusing and not really paying attention. So what this Knight of Coins is saying to you is that financially, things can improve, but we're not doing enough, okay? And I know that's a terrible way of putting it. It really is a terrible way of putting it, but that's exactly what the card is saying. The card is saying there is movement, there is possibility, there is change that can happen at a moment's notice, but you need to initiate it. You need to drive it. Your horse is standing still. Your horse is waiting for your next move. The horse is waiting for your instruction, for your command, for your, the horse doesn't know. Do you want to go forward? Do you want to go left? Do you want to go right? Where do you want to go? So the horse is waiting for the instruction. And as soon as you give that instruction, there will be progress, there will be movement, and there will be change. Let's draw another card for you. I just love the images on these cards. They are absolutely gorgeous. I love them. Let's have a look and see, Kathleen. So the Nine of Wands also makes a second appearance tonight. We've had this one already. And I want you to see if I can get it into focus. There it is. He's a little bit battered and bruised, okay? He's got a patch on. His hair looks like a little bit all over the place. He's feeling like it's been a tough, hard, difficult road. But you know what? Again, as I said earlier on when this card came up, the nine is the last of the single digits. So when we reach the 9, it talks about completion, attainment. It talks about achieving things that we've done, even if we're feeling exhausted, battered, and bruised. So, Kathleen, when we look at these two cards together, the message here for you is telling you that you need to initiate progress. You need to initiate forward movement. It doesn't matter if you're nervous, worried, and anxious. It doesn't matter if you're stressed. It doesn't matter if you're feeling a little bit battered and bruised. It doesn't matter what you're feeling. It doesn't matter what's going through. But you need to recognize and understand that you are actually in control. So your financial situation, your current situation, it can change. And it can change positively and quickly. But we need to recognize that, yes, it's been a long, hard, and difficult road, because that's what that one is saying, but you can initiate the change. You can make the change happen. So don't be fearful. Don't let fear hold you back. Don't let fear stop you from progressing. Don't let fear stop you from moving forward. You need to initiate and you need to allow it to happen, because it's there for you. Okay, so I hope that helps, my darling. I hope that gives you a little bit of insight. If you have another question, by all means, comment below. Awesome. Nicole, hello, Nicole. So Nicole wants to know if planned business venture will be successful between you and D. Let's have a look and see. So Nicole's business venture with D, is it going to be okay? Is it going to work? Is it going to succeed? Is it going to work out the way that it needs to? Let's have a look. Oh, gosh, I'm such a bad shuffler, really. I mean, it's not like I don't shuffle for a living, you know what I'm saying? All right, Nicole, let's have a look and see. 10 of Cups. So first of all, 10 of Cups is celebration. It talks about happy heart. It talks about happy life. It talks about joy and all of those kind of positive things. It talks about having a reason to celebrate. It talks about having, just your heart fulfilled with everything, all your dreams, all your hopes and all your ambitions, all taken care of and all fulfilled. So that is a really positive answer to your question with regards to the business venture. Will it be successful? Absolutely. I am going to add though that the business venture will only be successful if you do it from the heart space. So if you're doing something that goes against your heart space, if the business itself is something that you're not passionate about, if the business itself is not something that you're enthusiastic about, then you're probably not going to have the kind of success that you want, the kind of success that you deserve. But if it's something that you do with passion, if it's something that you do with love, if it's something that you do with honesty and integrity and all of those good things, then there's definitely going to be huge success for you, which I think is great. I wanted to show you a card that went flying across here when I was shuffling, and I normally ignore them, but tonight I'm looking at them, is the King of Coins. So coins is pentacles, and pentacles is money. King is control and dominance over money. So it's just a confirmation for you that this opportunity, if done from the right heart space, if done from the place of heart, of place of love, of place of integrity, it's going to be successful, not only bringing joy to the heart, but bringing finances to the party as well, which I think is just absolutely lovely. Oh, I just realized, or just saw now, that there was something below your question. Also, due to go to court to get money back from thieving friends, will I get it back? You know what? Maybe that's what the king was about. Okay, but let's not take chances. Let's ask. Okay, so we're going to shuffle the cards again. So for Nicole, due to go to court to get money back from thieving friends, will I get it all back? So will Nicole get money back through the courts? The actions that she's taking, will it yield fruitful outcomes? And the card I'm drawing there is the World. The World is a strong yes for you, my darling. Yes, you will get it back. It will be successful, but it's almost, again, the World, it's like a cycle that you have to go through. It's a process that you have to go through. So you have to go to the courts. You have to go through that process, but there's definitely going to be success. There's definitely going to be outcomes for you. All right. Sending you lots of love. So exciting. Shannon, I don't know if you were still there, but because you gave a tip, because you are always so kind and always so generous, I am going to draw a card for you, even though you're not part of the club. But because of your kindness and your constant kindness, you're always being so generous, you're always being so kind to me, I'm going to draw a card for you. So I hope you are still watching. Message for Shannon. What does Spirit need Shannon to know tonight? And I know Shannon, actually, hold a second. I know Shannon likes my Oracle deck as well, my Sacred Destiny Oracle. So let's use the Sacred Destiny Oracle to get a message for Shannon. I forgot I had this one right here. And as I was shuffling the other deck, I heard Spirit saying, no, but Shannon likes the Oracle. So let's get a message for Shannon from the Oracle. Let's see what Spirit needs Shannon to know. What message does Spirit have for Shannon tonight? So, my darling, look at that. I love it. We have the beautiful truth card. And, you know, there's so much that I see here. First of all, we've got a bit of dark clouds. We've got the light coming through here. We've got the rain clouds, which also just clean out and purify. We've got a tree that offers shade and support and nurturing to others. And if you look at the grass in front of you, this grass certainly looks like it could do with a little bit of rain. But what's interesting as well is that the tree is green. Can you see that? So as much as the grass is dried out and not so well, the tree is actually quite lush and quite green. But the truth is sometimes difficult, isn't it? And I think, Shannon, with you right now, with whatever's going on in your life, with whatever you're going through, it's about recognizing the truth for yourself. It's about being honest with yourself with regards to possibly your healing, possibly your circumstance, possibly your situation. It's about recognizing that sometimes in life we just have to face the facts. Sometimes in life we just have to be completely honest and transparent with ourselves, with our circumstances, with our situation, and say, you know what, even though we don't want the thunderclouds, even though we don't want the rain, even though sometimes, you know, that's not convenient, it is what is needed in the grasslands. It is what is needed around us. And we have to be honest with ourselves. As much as we are the tree and we are green and lush and whatever else, we have to be aware of everybody else around us. So, my darling, I hope that makes sense to you in whatever it is that you're going through at the moment. Sending so much love and blessings your way. Okay. Oh, Taylor, sorry, I'm a bit slow with the messages. You guys know me, I'm a little bit slow. Taylor says, it amazes me how spot on you are always. Yeah. Oh, you are so welcome, my darling. You are so welcome. Oh, okay. And Nicole's got another interesting question. Right, so back to you, Nicole. I've got a gecko living on the wall here, and he keeps popping his head to see, am I still around? Am I still around? It's like he's almost like saying to me, come on, you're not supposed to be in the office at this time. Right, so Nicole, and lastly, will my relationship move to engagement before year end? I like that one, Nicole. Let's see. I don't know if we've spoken about that before. I can't. I'm having a little bit of a memory lapse. I can't remember. Right. So, will Nicole's relationship cement itself before the end of the year? Okay. This is an outright no, but. So we have got the Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords is never really a fabulous card. It's never really a good card because it talks about feeling as if it's the end and feeling as if you just don't want to carry on anymore, feeling as if you're done, you're dusted, it's over and it's whatever else. But when I immediately saw this card, if you have a look at it, look at the halo around her head. Can you see that halo? So as much as she's feeling very despondent, as much as she's feeling very much like it's never going to happen, there is hope, and the hope is that halo around her head. The hope is also the blue skies that are coming through in the background and this river that flows. It doesn't matter how emotional she is. It doesn't matter how tough it is for her. That river flows. That river doesn't stop. And also, if you take that same river that's flowing here, and if we put a boulder in it, the water doesn't stop. The water doesn't give up. The water just goes around, goes over, and it finds another way. So I do think, Nicole, this is not a no. What this is saying that maybe by the end of the year, when you're expecting or hoping and wanting it to take place, it won't happen by then, okay? And I honestly think, I'm hearing from Spirit, that if your partner knows that this is what you want, your partner's got a wickedly amazing sense of humor. So if your partner knows that this is what you want, and if your partner knows that you've set a timeline on it, it may be that he's going to leave it to lastminute.com, like he's going to push it right to the end before he responds, before he reacts, and before he initiates, okay? So just when you're ready to give up, just when you're ready to pull the plug, that's when the shift is going to change. And that's what the Ten of Swords is saying. The Ten of Swords is saying, when you get to that point of no return, when you get to that point of ready to pull the plug, ready to just give up, that's when shifts happen. That's when things change. So the question is, will the relationship move to engagement before the year end? Probably like right at year end, or in the new year, but not before you expect it. Sorry, my darling, you're allowed to be cross with me, but I'm just reading the cards. Hello, Tracy Bingham. This deck is gorgeous, isn't it? I just absolutely love it. Let's see what Spirit want to say to you. And hello to everybody else that's come on board that I haven't said hello to. I'm a little bit behind in the chat. And anybody who is watching who can't type in the chat, tonight's chat is only for those in my channel club. So click the join button below if you want to be part of the action. And to all my channel members who have asked questions already and have more questions, carry on. I'm still good. I'm still going to be here for a while. Tracy Bingham, right, let's see. Whoopsie. Would love a message from Spirit. Let's see what we get for you, Tracy. I'm giving these cards a shuffle. So tonight I'm working with the Joy De Vie Tarot. It is gorgeous. I am so loving this deck. And I'm using this deck on Friday for your pick a card as well, because I'm just loving this deck so much. A little bit overdosed on this deck this week. Okay, so Tracy, message from Spirit. What does Spirit need Tracy Bingham to know? What's important and significant for Tracy? There's a card that's jumped on the table, but I'll pick it up in a second. Okay, so Tracy, here you have got the gorgeous Queen of Wands. Look at her. I love how she's taking care of the flowers. I love how she has got all sorts of other things going on around her. But, you know, she's not really focused on herself. She's focused on the people, the things, the objects, the situations around her. And I think, Tracy, that's probably exactly who you are. You're more focused on other people's happiness and other people's needs, wants, and desires than you are about your own. And that's what the Queen of Wands is. She gets things done, okay? She doesn't put her own needs, wants, and desires first. She's forever focusing on other people, but she's the person who gets things done. If there's anything that needs doing, if anybody needs anything in life, she's She's your person, okay? So if you need if you need a fire starter, if you need somebody who's going to get things organized and get things sorted, it's certainly going to be you. And maybe this is what you're doing at the moment. Maybe you're so focused on everybody else that you're neglecting yourself a little bit. The Queen of Wands, she, as much as I say the words neglecting herself, she doesn't really neglect herself, okay? She's a strong character. She's a strong individual. And she does have balance in her life. She does have that kind of balance and that kind of understanding, but she's more involved and more worried about everybody else than she is about herself. The other card that jumped, that landed in front of me here, is the Eight of Coins. So Eight of Coins in traditional tarot is the Eight of Pentacles. And the Eight of Pentacles is the card of learning a new skill. It's the card of recognizing what it is that you're actually capable of doing, okay? It's the card of focusing on the work, focusing on the things that you can do, focusing on the things that you're able to do, and achieving great results over and over and over again. So the Eight of Coins is the card of hard work. It's the card of focused determination, focused hard work, but it's also the card that says be careful that you're not working so hard that you miss the point. You know, sometimes we can work, 16-hour days and actually forget to have a life. And maybe this is what the warning is. You give so much, you're so focused on helping everybody else, or being there for everybody else, guiding everybody else, that sometimes, we can be so focused on being that person and working so hard and giving so much that we forget to take a little bit for ourselves from time to time. All right, so Tracy, I hope that makes sense to you. I hope that helps you a little bit and just helps you to find the balance, because really that's what those two are saying, that you give so much, but it is always important to still have some balance in life as well. Nana, hello, my darling. It's nice to see you. She's apologies for being late. There's no need to apologize. You probably commented half an hour ago and I'm only seeing it now. Right, let's see. I'm going to have a sip of my tea, my ice cold tea. Okay, I spoke to the lady who's supposed to send me the contract. Oh my gosh, are we still waiting for the contract? And it looks like they have delays on their side. I'm feeling down and unsure. Is it still going to happen, or should I be looking at other stuff? All right, so my darling, let me have a look and see. Whoops. Eight of Cups jumped, literally flew across, and I know I'm just such a bad shuffler, but tonight I am taking my jumpers. And the Eight of Cups is the card of walking away. It's the card of looking for other alternates. But I am going to say to you, because I'm going to shuffle and draw another card before I finish that, because what I'm feeling is that it's time to start looking for other options and other opportunities, not because this one's not going to work, but because sometimes when we look elsewhere, it encourages people to make some changes. It encourages contracts to suddenly arrive. When they know that you're waiting patiently, they're going to take advantage of you. But as soon as they know that you're otherwise occupied, as soon as they know that you've got other interests, suddenly everybody wants you. So it's almost like when you're available, nobody wants you. When you're unavailable, everybody wants you. That's what I'm picking up so strongly with that. Let's just see what other card I get for you with regards to this contract. Taking that one over there. I love it when I get the confirmation, So we got the Eight of Cups. I gave you my interpretation and I said it the way that I was reading it, and then immediately we get the confirmation. So let's have a look at this confirmation card. So what we have here is the Magician. So I love the artwork in these cards are just exquisite. So the Magician, if you look at him, he nobody's going to push him around. Nobody's going to take advantage of him. He's very much in control. I love the fact that he's got 4 arms, and a tail and all sorts of other things going on here. The Magician, sorry, I see we're not in focus. The Magician is basically saying to you that you are in control, that you drive this. The Magician says that you've got the tools that you need to achieve the outcomes that you desire, okay? So really what this is saying to you is that it's time to walk away without walking away. It's time to look like you're closing that door, and you need to almost let the person know, well, you know what, I can't wait for you any longer. I've got other opportunities, I've got other things, and I'm moving on to bigger and better. And suddenly, like I say, when you're unavailable, suddenly the demand is going to be there. So you need to be in control. You need to not show weakness. okay? And I know you're doubting. I know you're nervous and your anxiety levels must be through the roof. Don't show weakness. You need to be strong. You need to stand and give a strong front and say, well, I can't wait any longer for you. I do have other things on the go. I'm moving on. And suddenly you're going to see that contract's going to start coming through for you. But it's a case of being confident. So don't be nervous and anxious about it. You need to be confident. You need to be strong. You need to be brave and courageous. And you need to make the changes that are necessary. But recognize that you are in control. Recognize that this is actually, it's all in your hands. You have the power here. Nobody else has it. It's all in your hands. Hope that helps you, my darling. Sending you so much love. Janine saying, awesome confirmation. That's great. Oh, Yesh. Yesh, I don't know if you have asked a question. You haven't. And if you are still here, I'm going to draw a card for you. So let's see. What? Thank you so much for the donation, Yash. I do really, really value and appreciate it. What message does Spirit have for Yash tonight? What does Yash need to know right here and right now? What is important and what is significant? What guidance and inspiration can we offer? Let's see what we get. Look at this one, if I can get it into focus. There we go. So we have got the Queen of Coins, which is the Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Money. And look at her. So she's sitting, I don't know if she's sitting on a mushroom or what she's sitting on, but it's almost like when I look at this, and I actually don't quite know what it is, but when I looked at it on the screen, it almost looked like it was a harp, but a spider web harp, okay? And she's all about making music. She's all about creating things that bring inspiration and bring guidance. Again, we've got this flowing river, and this river doesn't stop flowing. This river just flows all the time. She's really beautiful. She's really pretty. She's got her rabbit with her. She's got her confident with her there. And she's feeling very confident and very sure of herself. What she knows is how to make pretty, okay? What she knows is how to make money. She knows how to be abundant. She knows how to have excess. She knows how to create whatever it is that her heart and soul desires. She needs for nothing. She wants for nothing. She's very comfortable. She's very secure. She helps others when they need help, but she only helps others if it helps her. Okay, so it's a little bit, I want to say a little bit of manipulation. It's a little bit of being sly. It's a little bit of, I'm only going to do that if I benefit. And I honestly think, Yash, for you right now, this is exactly what the message is. Help people. Do what you can. Be kind, be nice, be generous, be all of those things if it serves you a purpose, if it's going to help you on your journey, if it's going to enable you to advance yourself. Don't just do it from the kindness of your heart. We need to put that away, okay? We need to put the kindness in your heart away. I know, we don't do that. That's not who we are. I know, but it's important that we become a little bit more self-centered, a little bit more self-assured, a little bit more self-confident, and to recognize that, you know what, people, if you allow people to take advantage of you, they will. And this is about not allowing people to take advantage of you. You can see by the spider web that she's holding here, it's almost like she's holding things a little bit closer to her chest, holding on to things a little bit tightly and almost protecting, you know, because what does that web do? That web ensnares and catches, but it also like it's protecting what is really important and what's really there for her. So I hope that helps. I hope that gives you a little bit of a confidence and guidance that you need in your life. Good. Okay. So Kathleen, I see you are next. I don't know if I'm not that far down. Good. Kathleen, let's see your message. Let's shuffle after a sip of tea. All right, so we're going to shuffle. Kathleen's question, if there's time, please can give my husband a message from Spirit regarding the job front. Okay, so Kathleen's hubby, what does he need to know with regards to work? What does he need to know with regards to career? What does he need to know with regards to earnings? Let's see what message we get for Kathleen's hubby tonight. Oh, very interesting. So Kathleen, we have got the Hanged Man, okay. And the Hanged Man is one of my favorite tarot cards because it's one that we all need. It's one that we all need to understand. It's one that we all need to adopt and take on in our lives. The Hanged Man, you can see he's hanging upside down, but he hasn't been hung upside down, okay. He's done this voluntarily. He's put himself in this position. He's put himself in this way. It's almost like he's just recognizing where he is, recognizing what he's up to and saying, well, what does it look like if I hang upside down? Is everything still the same? And no, suddenly if you change your perspective, if you change the way you look at things, you see things in a completely different light. You see things in a completely different way. And that's what this hangman is saying. So Kathleen, for your husband, putting it in the context of the question, for your husband, it's saying that, we don't want to rattle the cage too much. We don't want to make too many major shifts and changes right now, but it is time that he look at the opportunities presented to him in a different way. The other thing that we need to look at is the way that they've got their feet here is almost in the number 4. And the number 4 is the number of stability and security. So this is obviously something that is important to your husband, of course. I mean, we all want stability and security in our positions and in our careers. But in order for him to get the stability and the security that he's looking for, he needs to look at things from a different angle, from a different perspective. The way that he's responding, the way that he's reacting, the way that he's participating, the way that he's behaving in the work situation is probably not conducive to the outcomes that he's looking for. But he needs to look at things from a different perspective so that he can respond differently. And by responding differently, he will have better outcomes. Okay, so I hope that makes sense and I hope that helps. Sending lots of love to Kathleen's hubby. I broke the camera. Let's get the camera back into focus. It needs to see a card up close and then it focuses. I'm learning. Tracy, hello. Okay, Tracy Swanepoel still online. I hope you are still online. I'm going to shuffle and draw. Tracy Swanepoel says, if there's time, of course there's time. Pull a card for my eldest son, Gareth. Okay. Is there a job opportunity in Johannesburg for him? He is currently at the breweries, but is wanting to move to be with his girlfriend. All right. So Tracy Swanepoel, let's see. With regards to Gareth, is there an opportunity for him to relocate to Johannesburg? Is there a career opportunity there for him? He wants to move to be closer to the girlfriend. Let's see what we get, Tracy. So, very interesting. We've got the 5 of Cups, okay? And Tracy, the 5 of Cups talks about disappointment. The 5 of Cups talks about feeling like the world is against me and almost throwing, I'm going to call it a bit of a temper tantrum, okay? So the 5 of Cups says when one thing goes wrong, we feel like everything's gone wrong and we focus on that instead of looking at the opportunities that are there. And honestly, I'm going to say to you, Tracy, with regards to Gareth, obviously the girlfriend has relocated and he's devastated, okay? And he's obviously upset about it. And he's obviously feeling like, I want to be with her and I can't be with her. And why is life so difficult? And why is everybody against me? And I can almost get that sense of temper tantrum, okay? But what this card is saying is that we need to understand that there are positives that are taking place. There are positives that are happening, even if he can't really see it. So with regards to the question asking, is there a job opportunity for him? Obviously not at this stage, and he's seeing it as if everybody's against him and the world is against him and he's never going to be with his girlfriend and blah, blah, blah. But maybe while he's waiting for an opportunity to be presented, while he's waiting for something to come through, something may shift with the girlfriend situation or with her reality, and maybe he doesn't need to go. But it's this 5 of Cups is basically saying, he's focusing on the one thing that's gone wrong instead of seeing all the other opportunities and possibilities that are there for him. So there may be a situation that while the girlfriend is away, he can work on something else, or something else positive is going to come through for him, maybe to do with his career, maybe to do with work, maybe to do with the relocation. Maybe she moves to Cape Town. Maybe something changes in her situation. And if he had moved, he'd be stuck there. Whereas now, because he hasn't moved yet, he can then have the opportunity to follow her on her next destination or something along those lines. But this card is basically saying he's focusing on the one thing that's gone wrong, and there are other positives that are happening around him that he needs to be more aware of and more confident in. Okay, sorry, I see I broke the camera again. No. It wants to focus on that card and then it'll focus on me. Right. Tracy Bingham says, thank you so much. Really resonates. I have so many people around me that I'm worried about. And yes, it's meaning that I'm not focusing on myself. Absolutely. Of course, you may ask a question about hard work. Okay, so Tracy Bingham, what is the next step to earn money? All right, let's see what we get for you. What is the next step for Tracy to earn some money? What does Tracy need to do? So recognize early on we were talking about focusing on being more focused on everybody else and not focusing on yourself. So what is the next step that Tracy Bingham needs to go to, or what is the next thing Tracy needs to focus on in order to earn so much money? It's a pleasure, Tracy Swanepoel. I'm so pleased that you joined us tonight as well. It's awesome, and we'll see you next week, Wednesday, for some more. Right, Tracy Bingham, earning money. What do we need to know? So you've got the cute little dude on the rocket ship again, okay? So Tracy Bingham, what this card is basically saying to you is that whatever it is that you need to do to earn income, whatever it is that you need to do to generate finances for yourself is something that's already in motion. It's something that's already happening. It's something that's already in progress. You've just got to wait. You've just got to be patient. So like the rocket ship has already been launched. It's already been fired. It's already been set off, which means its destination is predetermined. You are this little dude who's standing on the rocket ship. Okay, you've got your little torch, you've got your little light so that you can see. I love the antenna on his head, but basically you're waiting for the rocket to arrive at its destination. And once it arrives, you will know where you are and what you need to do. So Tracy, obviously there's something that you are doing. You've either started a business, or you've started an opportunity, or you've applied for a job. You've already done the work. Now you've just got to wait. You've just got to be patient. So what is your next step to earn money? I'm sorry to say, patience and just waiting. And I know that's awful. You know, you can't just sit and wait, but yes, it's already set in motion. There is already something happening in the background. It's already happening. The universe is already taking care of it. You've just got to be patient. All right. Sending lots of love, my darling, and I hope that helps. Okay. It's such a pleasure. So friends, it looks like I have reached the end. I'm going to do one card for everybody else who is watching. Anybody else who watches the video and gets to this point after the live or is watching right now. Actually, let's take from the Oracle. Let's take from the Sacred Destiny Oracle. So message for the collective, message for everybody. What does Spirit need? Everybody to know. Everybody who's online right now, who's watching, and anybody who watches afterwards and gets to this point. Message for everybody. What does Spirit need? Everybody to know. And the message we've got, I love that. I absolutely love that openness. We have got a full moon, and we do have a full moon coming up in the next couple of days, which is quite relevant and appropriate. We have got openness, and I think this is what we need to understand, is that for every single one of us watching right now, the doors to opportunity are open. Okay, the doors to insight, the doors to opportunity, the doors to change, the doors to manifestation, the doors to abundance. Everything is open. Your hearts are open. Your third eye is open. Your mind is open. Your soul is open. And all we've got to do is wait. All we've got to do is allow it to come in. Openness means transparency, means openness, means just not holding on to grudges, not holding on to any kind of heartache, not holding on to any kind of negative. Let's be open to change. Let's be open to positive. Let's be open to gratitude. Let's be open to love. Let's be open to all these beautiful things in our lives. The full moon that's coming at the end of this week, I think it's on the weekend, if I remember correctly. I may be wrong, but the full moon, I think it's the 28th of March or something like that. Let that full moon be the door that opens to allow change, into positive change into your life. Work with that full moon this weekend. Let it in and be open. Be open to anything. Be open to possibilities. Be open to opportunities. With love and blessings from my heart to yours. Thank you for joining me tonight, and I shall see you all again next Wednesday. Probably 7 o'clock or 7:30. I will post and let you know, but I'll see you all again next Wednesday. Lots of love. Take care and see you soon. Bye.